this video, we are going to learn how we can start our write-up using Microsoft Word for our CNG project. Very simple. And also, we are going to rectify some mistakes that we do and how to correct them. So kindly sit down and watch this video. And this video promises to show you everything you need to know. And at the end of this video, I think you'll be good on your write-ups. So now let's get into it. So we have the first thing we're going to talk about is about a page, a cover page, right? Which contains your detail. So this is a cover page I did, and this was my project I did when I was in first year. So we have our school name. You need to have your school name, but before then we need to have our border line. That is the page border. How do you do it? Very simple. You go to design and we have our page border here. So per your design that you want, you choose any of them. For example, I can choose this, I can choose BD, and I'll come here. See, apply to, make sure that it is not a whole document. Just want the first page, and then I have done it. This is it. Then we come to our school, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science, and this should be aligned center. So align center, that's what you need to be in center. Then you make it bold, and after making it bold, you must make sure that the font size, increase the font size so that it's visible. Then we go to our logo. Inserting our logo is very simple. You have your logo downloaded on maybe Google Chrome. That's PNG file. Then you just come to insert. When you come to insert, you what? Insert the picture. That's you go to this device and then you insert. So let me go to this device. And then you search for where you saved the logo. So now you're going to go through photos and then you search for where you place the logo. So this is the logo. I bring it in. It's very big, right? When you do, that's how you do it. You see, I cannot move it, right? I can make it small, but I cannot move it. How do you move it? So you click here, this layout option, then you choose, it should be in between the text, so top and bottom. So you choose it like this. The moment you choose it like that means that you can move the logo around. Now I'm moving. Wherever you want to position it, you can just do it. So you just make it small like this. You use the size and then fix it. So I fix it. Simple as so that is fixed. Then you come here, the department that you are in, right? So Department of Materials Engineering is supposed to be engineering. Then you come to your CNG Engineering Society and the project name. So innovation of plastic pipelines. Then you come to your detail, that is your name, your index number, the date. Now, what I'm going to talk about also is the page number. Before you move to the next page, or before you start or you go to next one, page number is very important. And how do you do? So for page number, you go to insert, right? When you come to insert, move to this part, we have page number. Page numbers, you choose your preference where you want the page numbers to be. So maybe I want it to be center, I want this, I want this. I choose this one. So then I have my page number at the bottom. So I have my page number. Now the page numbers. But on the serious note, we don't want to have a page number on the cover page. So what do you do? Just click here. Just click different page, first page. When you click it, it is gone. Then you close what? The header. So then after closing the header, you know that it will continue with page 2. And then here there is no page number there. That's very simple. Then we are moving on to the table of content. Now, before you generate your table of content, you need to finish your write-ups. That's advisable. When you are done with your write-up, then you generate your table of content. So why do I say this? The table of content, we need to generate it automatically using headings, right? As you can see, we have normal, no spacing heading, 1 heading, 2 heading, 3 heading, 4. This will allow us to generate our table of content automatically without typing. And that's very useful. So then let's skip there. So with the table of content, I'm not going to do it right now. When I'm done, come back to the table. So we go to our acknowledgement. You see, I'm done typing my acknowledgement. See, everything is not in the line. So what you do now is that now the font size should be 12 and the font style should be Roman new Roman numerals times New Roman, right? And the font style should be the font size should be 12. So, but this, and how do we align this? So the alignment should be, it should be in justify. So if I just highlight this, you just highlight your text that you've done, then you just press this justify. So it has to make it very nice. You can see there are a lot of spacing. You see a lot of spacing. This is because I'm using double spacing, right? Double spacing, because in writing we use the Times New Roman, the font be 12, and the alignment should be what? Justify. And then the spacing here. So if you want to do it to 2.0, that is double spacing. Come here, right? You choose double space. So double, that is why they are space. Well, it's you. You can decide to use 1.5. Decide to use, but advisable is 2.0. That is double spacing. Now the acknowledgement is supposed to be in the middle, so I just move to. Now I want this to appear on my table of contents. What you do now is that this is a heading, right? It become heading one. Just press it. So this become, I want this to appear on my table of contents. So I just choose heading one. So you highlight it. This is heading one, right? Now it's in blue. I don't want it to be in blue. Okay. So then I move it to what? I just move to the center and I change the color to what? Black. Right. The underline, it's still blue. I just change it. I remove the underline. This is acknowledge. And I make sure that this becomes 14 so that it becomes very big. So this acknowledgement, and it's nice, right? You can do it like this. That is it. So this means that when I am trying to generate the table of contents, it's going to appear on it very simple. And I use heading one, right? Because that's the first heading. Now we move on to the education. The same way we are going to move it to the center. Yeah, you just move to, I just make it deep, right? Then this project, you just put to what? Justification, and then we want this also to appear on the table of content. Go ahead and one, it's blue, put it in the middle. You move the underline, then you make it black. Very simple, and then make it 14. Yeah. Then we are moving on to the abstract. The abstract simply what it does is that summarize our project you are doing. So just summarize the project you are doing, whatever you are bringing in, and the results that you had. You're putting everything in. For the abstract, I can move it up like this and make sure that there's consistency. If the spacing, you see, I'm using the spacing, right? See this spacing. If you are using for all, you must make sure that the spacing for all the heading should be the same. So then I move this to what? Center. Same way, this is heading one. Make it heading one. I bring it to the center again. I make it black. I remove the underline. I make it what? 14. And this, I make this justification. I justify it. Let's move on. The table of figures, this one too can generate it automatically. Will come there. Let's move on. Now we come to the introduction. You see, with this, we need all this to appear on the table of contents. So what you do now is that you highlight this and make it what? Heading one. And this also you highlight it and make it what? Heading one. There's underline, so you move the underline, and then you move this to middle, right? So what you do now is that let's highlight everything, move it to the middle here, make it black. No underline. So this is it. You can see from, you can try to move it small. I told you that consistency is very needed. This should be center. Done. So this is introduction, and we have 1 point background of the course. And this you need to highlight it, right? Justify, you just very simple as that. Yeah. And the background, this is the example of the just background of the course. Why are you doing the course? What is the details? You just write something. Let's move on. The course objective. Now, since this is 1.1, course objective becomes 2. So here you have 1.2 spacing. Then you highlight it, and then after highlighting, you need to make it what? Heading 1, right? It's the main heading. So heading 1, change, you move the underlined line, center, and the color is what? Black, and you increase the font. So we have this, and make sure that this is justified. So as far as you've set the spacing to double spacing, there's no way of you just checking the space because it's double spacing. So and note that this is so up. So what I do now is that if you are trying to move it down, just come. Yeah, so I said that the spacing should be consistent. See this space here, side to this. Now we come to the method. Same way. So this is how you do it. Or I just want to do then tail line back. I increase. What did you know is that line? Let me align it to center. So for what you've done, I'm going to just generate a table. After you've done that, so let's go ahead. Let's generate. Just want you to see something. Yes, importance of you in the head. Make it very easy to. So for you to generate the table, so I'll come here and search table of content. So you've seen table of content automatically. I'm going to use table of content take two. So you can see that because 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 I used heading, automatically generated it for me. Very simple. You don't need to type it. So you can see from here that you have introduction page 7, 1.1 background research, and this is very simple. Okay. Now, the what I want to tell you is that the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading means something. Now, if the thing is main heading, it's heading 1. That is why they all appear here. Now, with this 2.1, it became heading 2 because it falls under the methodology, which is 2. I get it. So with that one, you're going to choose heading 2 and just edit it back. So therefore, when you are generating your table of content, you're going to come under the methodology because the map preparation was under methodology. So the map preparation is what? Heading 1. Then the under the methodology is then the map preparation becomes what? Heading 2, which is 2.1. Hope you understand. That's how you need to do it. And then you need to table. Yes, you need to just bring it up. Before you do everything, you need to make sure that you're thin. Let's move on. So I've shown you how to do the table of content. So we have 1.2. Let's move on. We have the methodology. Now, how do we generate? Now, for this, generating this is very simple. It's very simple. Just need to go to insert, right? And then when you go to insert, we have charts. You just insert what? Chart. Are you getting it? Insert the chart and the chart of your choice. After inserting the chart, it will become very big. What you need to know is that I showed one. If you want to move this anywhere of your choice, you say I cannot move it. Let me see whether I can move it because I've anywhere of your choice. You need to select this and choose this text. I getting it. Then you can move this anywhere of your choice. If you don't do that, there's no way you can move it and make it very nice. Okay, now let's move on to how do we label this? You see, this one is figure one. Yeah, figure one. Figure one, a pie chart showing rooms in my computer. Let me copy this. So, copy. I'm going to show you how to do it correctly. So what you do now is that you click on it, you right click, and you go to what? Insert caption. When you go to insert caption, this is figure one. It's a figure. So figure one, you just write what you need to let it be there. So what is supposed to be there. See? Figure one. So you type maybe a pie chart. Sorry, pie chart showing. So this one, and then you press OK. The moment you press OK to come under it, see this is it. This is the correct way. That's why you need to insert caption. Just come here. This I typed it because I didn't know what to do. I typed it. When you do this, when you are generating the list of figures and tables, automatically it will come automatically because cite every picture and everything in the project. That's very simple. Now let's come to map preparation. We have map preparation 2.1. The 2.1 map preparation. As I said, so it comes you heading one. When you choose heading one, it means that move this, you make it in, then you make it black. Map preparation is 2 point. It means it doesn't also under two. Two, that's the methodology. Make it heading. The moment I make it heading, the moment I make it heading one, let's go to the table. What you do now, come here, and then you press here. When you press, you come to update table. Come to update that table. When you do that, you see that shift to base because this is a whole also a major topic. Map preparation shift. I get it. That shifted to where the methodology. So any changes you make on it, just come and just to update the table. Now let's come to now you can do that for this. We want to also you see we got two shows a satellite view. So what you do is that you can just highlight one, add a caption. So you can add insert caption. This becomes automatically. So you don't need to just type figure. So automatically come figure two and just you type whatever you want to type. Satellite. So satellite and then blah blah blah. Then you press OK. Just come. This one you can just move it. Everything simple as. And if you want to move this, I've shown you how to do it. Make it very nice. Don't need to make it if you insert it at one. You just go to this side, choose this, move this picture anywhere of choice. Let's go to the discussion. In this case, this is three. Let's come here. And then here's heading what? One. Make it very simple as that. This is 3.1. 3.1. Back. And you write, here's the description. This should be aligned simple as. And this 3.2, 3.2. The same thing for 3.3, whatever you want to do. This is you describing it, right? Also, anything, what you need to do, if maybe this nature encounter, anything under this, if I'm going to do it 3 point, I getting it. And that 3.21 heading 2. So to come under the, but this, all of this, I made it to be like, they are all topic on their own. They are all topic of, make it like, very simple as to make you, and you check the spacing, okay? Now, you see this thing has become this is what I face in level because I was not able to move it. You just come here. That means that you can adjust this. Just like come here. That means that you can move this one here. Have to. That's a place. And then can cite what add or change to one. This become it's whatever you want to. And you move here. Same problem I was facing. Can do that very simple as change. Let's move on. How mechanical engineering. That's where. And so this is very simple as these are some that you need to do. Simple. That you don't bother your time typing the table of contents. It's time wasting. And this one, so the same mistake I just come here. Add your caption. It's important to add your caption and add help you generate this of table. Then That's it. Pushing to then I come to the recommendation to the same thing. Need to make sure that the spacing is same. Now the referencing, I made a mistake. Referencing, see wherever you your information, you need to reference. Oh well, I'm not going to bother you using. If maybe you took an information site, what do you need to do? Just go to that website, send it to any of the AI writers, and just ask the AI write the art, with the link, like how the link this send it to me. She change it to have a style. Yeah, will change it. Just write it. Then you have your I want you do. Then your questions I you set your letter, they'll give you a letter. Right, you don't know. And one problem I'm going to show here is that most people, maybe you are using any, you had an information from online, you are bringing it to your word, and then you face this kind of problem. You see this one, there are some you want to bring, you see, you want to bring this one together, but there's a spacing here that you cannot do. We have the paragraphs, right? Yes, line spacing and a paragraph. So for this, you just need to highlight this, right? And just go here, paragraph here. I get, and then you write what? Do not add space between paragraphs. Do not add space between. In that case, they will come to. You see it? Very simple. They'll come together. And then you can use your double spacing. You can space it. Very simple. Otherwise, when you do it, it counters some problem. And sometimes the line spacing, okay, the line spacing, they are all settings here. We have line spacing. I get this. So the line spacing, you can know that keep it to your left, keep it line together. If you press here, it always shows you what it does here. For example, do not hide what this suppress the line limit. So whatever you want to do, it depends on preference. And then you just add apply and then see. It's very simple. This is how you do it. Very simple as that. So let's go to the list of tables and figures and let's see something. So since we are done with it, you just come to the table, want to update the whole table, update the whole table. So everything will come. So we have our table of content automatically generated, very simple. Type it. Then we want to come to our list of table and figures. I think we came here. So the list of table and figures, I want to generate it automatically. Come to list of table. So it says list of table. So the list of table. So I want to insert the figures. When I do the insert figures, because you see, it was automatically generated, it will come. So you don't need to type. And you just add a pay to it. Very simple as very simple as. So these are some common mistakes that you need to check and whilst you are doing very simple as.